Happy Thursday, everyone. Close to the end of the week, we have a nice little short one for you again today. Another 21:59. But before we get to that work set, come on down over here. We're going to talk about our warm-up. We're going to spend some time on the upper body today. So kind of stretch out those overhead squats or front squats from yesterday and work on warming up for our push press. So we have our plank to down dog for 3 to 5 reps. Humeral glide to knee plank. 1 to 2 inches off the floor for about 3-second holds. You're going to do that 3 to 5 times. Then continuing to lay on your stomach for a PVC Prone Raise for 3 to 10, and a forearm side plank for 15 to 30 seconds per side. Just kind of fire it up. I'm going to show you a cool little exercise as well. You can play with that side plank if you're interested. You're going to hit that for 2 to 3. Then you're going to move down to the bottom piece. You're going to run for 100 meters, or cardio piece of choice. Dumbbell pause dip for 3 to 3 seconds, into a dumbbell push press for 3 to 5 reps, and then a dumbbell overhead hold for 10 seconds. You'll then run for 100 meters, and then you'll come back in, lay on the floor, and you'll rock that floor-facing angel with extension, and then tackle that run again. Start it all over again. Starting to pick up the pace on those runs a little bit as you get closer to the workout, but all the while building the skill for that push press, and perhaps the loading, depending on if you have access to it. 3 to 5 rounds. Take that down, have some fun with it, and then from there, we move into our work set. This is not going to take very long, so please keep in mind, give yourself the warm-up time that you need. Take the time to work some skill work. Don't feel rushed, because this is quick. 21:15:9. You are going to run 20. I can't talk anymore. You are going to run 200 meters. There we go. That's the right number. 200 meters with a 21 push press, and then you're going to take down 200 meters, 15 push press, 200 meters, 9 push press. Call it a day. All right. That is your lovely little fast sprinter work set for the end of the week. It's going to be a good time. We got 2 more workouts coming at you this week. But let's have some fun with this one first. We'll warm you up, get you ready to go. All right, you guys, let's do this. Let's get our feet under those hips. We'll take the arms big and tall up overhead. We're just going to give ourselves a little shrug. We'll come back down and reach to one side. We're going to come back up and then reach to the other side. We'll come back up nice and tall, a little shrug. We'll come back down and forward fold, touch those toes, walk up those shins, nice flat back. We're gonna come down, plant the hands into our nice solid plank position, tucking through the pelvis, pressing through the shoulders. We're gonna hold for 3, 2, then we're gonna lean a little bit to the left, we're gonna lean a little bit to the right. We'll come back to center, lower the knees down, and cat-cow curls. We're going to tilt and lift, big stretch, roll up, come back to neutral, tight through the ribs and hips. We're going to pull the shoulders together, press up, and then cat-cow curl, tilt and lift, and then roll up, back to neutral, pull the shoulders together, press up, and cat-cow. And then roll up, come back to neutral, set, pull the shoulders, press up, curl the toes, extend up into that down dog, back into that plank, pull the ribs and hips in, press through the shoulders. We'll lean to the left, lean to the right. We'll come back to center, tiptoe those feet up. We're going to roll ourselves up, big stretch, little shrug. We'll come back down with the hands. And get you guys ready to go. If you'd like to add in some extra kind of slower, gentler warm-up, pause the video, take that down, maybe throw down some lizard lunge with rotation, a little bit of twisting action, stuff like that. But come along with me if you're ready to go. We're going to move into that next phase of work, which is going to start with our plank to down dog. So our plank to down dog today is going to start with those hands under the shoulders, feet together, nice tight plank position, and maintaining that good shoulder position. We're going to pull the hips back and down, maintaining that strong, active shoulder, softening the knees and hips, and then we're going to come back into that plank. Again, finding that good pull through the ribs and hips, pressing through the shoulders, and then again, pulling back, maintaining that upper back engagement, softening the ankles, knees, hips as we pull back, and then pull back into that plank. So again, focusing on that good, strong lat engagement, those armpits staying pointed. Our next phase is our Humeral glide. So again, working on those hands stacked underneath the elbows, toes together. We are going to pull the shoulders forward, and then we're going to pull them back. And then from here, we're going to pull the ribs and hips together and press about an inch off the floor. Maintaining that good, strong position. The elbows stay engaged, everything stays solid, and then we lower after 3 seconds and disengage. So to re-engage, we pull the shoulders forward, we pull back, we pull the ribs and hips, press an inch, nothing moves as I press, and I hold, and then as I lower, everything stays the same. So it's very important that when we go to initiate that push, everything comes up and we keep that nice tight rib and hip position so that we can maintain that good solid knee plank. Hold anywhere 2 to 3 seconds. If you want to extend that out a little bit to 5 seconds, I'm good with that too. But again, working on just maintaining that engagement off that initiation of the push. We're only coming up just a little bit off the floor, just enough to feel your body break the ground. Okay. After that, we're going to work that PVC Prone Raise again. So we've been working on this quite a bit. This is a great exercise, again, to work on tension and to work on opening up that upper back. So, toes are together. We're going to press them kind of lightly into the floor so they have contact. I squeeze the glutes, pull my ribs and hips together, press my armpits down, press my hands down to maintain that engagement. And now, keeping all that body tight and engaged, I'm going to pull those hands up off the floor, keeping that hollow. Armpits pointing down towards the ground, palms towards the floor, and hold for 10 seconds. Disengage, and then re-engage. So we train our bodies to re-engage those muscle positions and those order of operations. So we got the toes, the glutes, ribs, hips, armpits, palms, everything super tight, and then maintaining that torso tension. Lift the arms, hold and breathe, and then lower and relax. Right? So again, working through that engagement, working on that kind of piecing everything together, just making sure everything is kind of firing the way it should be, and then lifting the arms up off the ground as high or as low as you can. All right? So think about how the engagement factors are our primary goal. The height is a side effect. Okay? From there, we have one more activity before we move on. Can't believe I just said the word activity. But anyway, we have our forearm side plank. I need to get myself kind of laying down, kind of in this reclined position. My elbow is stacked under my shoulder, my forearm is down. I can make a fist, I can flatten out my hand, it's up to me. I'm gonna curl my toes back, straighten out my legs, squeeze and lift. So my hips are up, I can bring my hand to the sky, leave it, keep it to the front, wherever I need it to be. But I'm gonna hold this position in terms for 15 to 30 seconds. I only want you holding per side as long as you can maintain the contraction and the engagement. So don't worry about trying to push to the 30. If we're starting to sag, we're losing shoulder engagement, just come out of it where you can. The other exercise I was talking about in the opening is a little hip lift. So what we can play with is squeezing up, and if we'd like to work on this, we lower and then we squeeze. We lower and squeeze. So if you'd like to play around with this for 15 to 30 seconds at a nice smooth pace and tempo, you're more than welcome to. It's kind of a fun little engagement factor. Just make sure we're staying active through the shoulder the entire time we're lowering the hips and squeezing that back up again. So we can either hold a static hold, we can build in that kind of dynamic hip lift. If the knee plank, side plank is challenging for you in terms of getting up, we can go from the knees, we can bend those legs a bit, and basically what we do, same setup, shoulder over elbow, I squeeze up, it's just my knees are on the floor, instead of keeping my legs straight, I bend them at the knee and keep them in contact, okay? So a quick little recap there for you guys. What we have is a plank to down dog, 3 to 5, humeral glide to knee plank, 3 to 5 seconds we'll say, at a 1 to 2 inch hold off the floor, PVC Prone Raise, 3 to 10 seconds, and a forearm side plank, 50 to 30 seconds. Oh my Lord. Or a dynamic lift, all right, with the body for 15 to 30 seconds per side. 2 to 3 rounds. Take that down, you guys. Pause the video, rock it, come back to me. We're gonna talk about the push press and a little bit of extra stuff to help those shoulders. So our next phase of work today starts with a little cardio piece, so you can get that run on, just a short one. We're looking for about 100 meters or about 30 seconds of the cardio piece of choice. I'll have some options in the workout description for you in terms of that. After that, when you come back from your run or you finish your cardio of choice, you're going to get your dumbbells. I have a single, and I'm going to walk you through some stuff. I'm going to clean it up to my shoulder, so I get a good power clean in there. My feet are going to be underneath of my hips, or just outside my hips with my toes slightly turned out, depending on how our ankles are. My pause dip drill, I'm going to squeeze my glutes, I'm going to stay nice and tall, and I'm going to pull down and hold the bottom of the dip, active and engaged for 3 seconds. Then I'm going to stand. I'm going to do that 3 times. So again, turning to the side, I squeeze and engage my ribs and glutes. I lower straight down, keeping my feet in contact with the floor, my weight through my midfoot, and my knees pressing out, and everything stacked on top of each other. And then I stand. Once I'm done those 3 reps, I'm going to go directly into a push press. So I'm going to get that smooth dip, drive, come back down, dip, drive overhead. So again, using those hips and legs to do the majority of this press. So I dip, big drive, come back down, dip, big drive. Trying to keep that shoulder nice and active, bicep just behind the ear or even with the ear depending on your range, but we're pressing up, holding that good solid overhead. The next exercise after the push press is an overhead hold. So when I finish my 3rd or 5th push press, I'll hold the dumbbells or dumbbell overhead, squeezing my ribs in, glutes tight, actively looking straight ahead, and keeping that arm exactly where I need to be for the finish of my push press. When I come back down, I'll receive it, and then I'll shake it out, do it on the other side, or put both dumbbells down, shake it out, and head out the door for another run. From there, you're going to come back into your laying position in your floor-facing angel. We're going to keep heating up the shoulders a little bit. So we're going to start with the hands at the bottom of the push-up. I'm going to squeeze my glutes and ribs. I'm going to pull my shoulders back, pulling my hands up off the floor, and then I'm going to press my hands back, come back in, and then lower and relax. So again, coming back in, maintaining that engagement, toes, glutes and ribs nice and tight. Pull the shoulders together to lift the hands, and then press with my triceps. I'm going to pull them back in, and then lower them to the floor. If you can maintain the torso engagement, you can do multiple reps in a row. If you'd like to disengage, re-engage in between each rep, there's only 3 to 5 reps to that. Please do so. Again, it kind of follows that pattern of just learning how to re-engage each rep, making sure everything is there in place where it needs to be to execute that really good rep. All right, but if you'd like to build some volume there, just make sure you're keeping those things tight, strong, and you're maintaining it as we work through that floor-facing angel lift to extension. Quick little recap again for that piece. You're going to run 100 meters. You're going to work on that dumbbell pause dip, all right, for 3 reps at a 3-second hold. Right into a nice smooth push press, all right, for 3 to 5. And then at that last one, you're going to hold that overhead to build some heat in that shoulder, and then hold that for 10 seconds. Come back down, head outside for another run or cardio piece of choice, and then floor-facing angel with extension for 3 to 5 reps. 3 to 5 rounds of that to get yourself heated up, warmed up, ready for action, so that when we hit the workout, you're good to go 0 to 100 right away. Because what our workout is a 21, 15, 9, 200 meter run push press combo. So we just talked about the push press, so we're not going to go over the points of performance again. If you need those, rewind it, take it down, watch them again. In terms of this workout, this is a fast one, you guys, so I want you guys to be good and warm before you start this. I'm not saying you have to sprint the 200s, but if there's a workout where you're going to push the pace on the 2s, this is the one that you're going to want to work on. All right, so you're going to push the pace on those 200s, come in, take a breath or 2, clean them up, start into those 21 push breaths. If you're using a single dumbbell, all right? You're gonna do half the reps on one side, half the reps on the other. Then you're gonna put the dumbbells down, head out the door again for another 200-meter run, come back in, 15 reps, right? And then a 200-meter run, and then 9 reps on the push press, and then you're done, all right? So try and make it so that that time before you pick up those dumbbells gets a little shorter each round if you can. Try and keep it to 2 or 3 breaths, and then try and take those sets unbroken. As long as the movement quality is there, try and push through that burning sensation, because the arms are going to get a little bit of a break in that run, all right? So try and push the pace on those push press as long as movement quality is still there, all right? I hope you have fun with this one, you guys. We got some cool stuff coming up for the rest of the week, but enjoy this quick little sprint. We'll talk to you very soon. Looking forward to hearing about how this one goes, you guys. But have a good one, work for quality, have some fun.